And welcome to episode 8, Talk It Up Tuesday with Team Brandstatter.
We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Dharawal people on which we meet today, and we would like to pay our respects to the elders, past, present and emerging, and give our blessings and gratitude for their custodianship of the land throughout time.
Okay, so hi everybody, it's Susan Jones here. So I'm just introducing Susie, our leader, up the top there, and Tina Meyer on the other side, and Tia Veach down the bottom, and me, of course. So, hey Susie, so what are some of the jobs that you have had?
Well, I started out to become, my first paying job was as a primary school teacher. I trained to be a primary school teacher, and there were no jobs for primary school teachers, so I worked casually. Then I got offered a job at Picton High School as a music teacher. This is back in 1984, and it was just for 2 terms. And I wasn't trained as a music teacher for high school. I was trained as a primary school music teacher. So anyway, I jumped in and did the job because there was no one else in the state who wanted it. They liked me, so they had me retrained as a high school teacher. And again, it was just then I was bonded to Picton High School for 2 years. I didn't escape till the end of 2017. So it was a long 2 years that I was bonded to Picton High School. But it was a great there. But during that time there, I was a music teacher. Then I was a high school entertainment industry teacher, a creative and performing arts head teacher. And in my last term there, I was a deputy. So I've had quite a good job experience at that one place.
That's funny because we all know that I was a teacher too. And funnily, we're sitting here today on the eve of me going back to teaching. So I started in 93 at Aids High School in Campbelltown, and after 6 years of casual there, went for a term casual at Sarah Redfern as an English history teacher, and then was appointed permanently to Thomas Reddell in Campbelltown and spent most of my career there until I resigned at the end of 2018. So again, like we've both done long stints in school, Susie. Such a rewarding career.
Yes.
It was always my dream to be a school teacher from age 2 till the end of year 11. And
me too.
Year 11 did me in. I couldn't finish, and I ended up leaving school and going to art school, and just for like the next 10 years wondered what on earth I was going to do. And as I approached 30, after a few public service jobs and trotting club and just jobs, basically nothing that I was passionate about, I discovered essential oils and went to an aromatherapy thing and just changed my life at 30. And I remember the day that I came home and I had a check for teaching because I'd taught aromatherapy at the local community college. And so whilst my dream was always to be that school teacher, I didn't actually get to that, but I taught in other ways. So I did about 5 years with family daycare, so with the little guys, and I've done 25 years now teaching aromatherapy. So yeah, it kind of beats that first job of chopping onions and answering the telephone at the local Chinese. It was a good experience, but that was fun. Yeah.
Susan, what about you? What jobs have you done?
Yeah, so I started off out of school. I went into an apprenticeship as a jeweler, and that was something very different, working with a lot of men. Anyway, I stuck at that. I love creating things, and so it sort of was a great outlet for me. And the employer at the time actually let me enter some awards, and so I was designed this lovely brooch, and unfortunately I didn't win anything, but I was very proud of it. Anyway, and the other job I had was as an interviewer for Roy Morgan Research, and I went into people's homes, and one of the criteria was to find out what the political opinions were of
Oh,
everyone. So that was a key question, and as you might imagine, I got very different answers. But yeah, it was very interesting, and I did that for about 20 years. Yeah, and
wow.
that's kind of very different job to jewelry, and now I'm a nutritionist. So, oh my goodness, it's way different again.
Isn't it bizarre?
It was really weird, but that's probably because my family needed some help, and doctors didn't seem to be able to, have the answers, and so I went looking into nutrition, and I'm so happy I was able to help them, and I just love helping people now to take control of their health, just using this food. It's so simple. And I get so many people that really love the programs that I do.
It's funny because we've all sort of stepped into that role of helping people with their health just in different ways, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've all come from...
Yes.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Susie, what do you do now? What have you done since you retired from teaching?
Well, I didn't sit down and potter around the garden because I'm not a gardener by any stretch of the imagination. I couldn't think of anything worse. So I'm president of Campbelltown Lapidary Club. Yes, that's good because I'm glad someone does. It's not me. I'm president of Campbelltown Lapidary Club, which is where we shape rocks and stones and crystals and make jewellery from them. So I'm president of that club. So I'm running that club. I'm president of CRAG, Community Action Group, which is a group started up to try and fight some of the nasty developments. Not all developments. We're all for good developments, but just to stop some of those really horrid developments that are just destroying the look of our town. So that was sort of where we started with that, and it started to address a whole lot of other community issues as well. So from that, so I'm president of that group. I make wire wrapped jewellery. So funny the connections that we all have between us. So I do wire. So those crystals and things that I polish, I set into wire and make jewellery from them. When we can, I go in. I'm in markets where I can sell my jewellery and crystals. Who knows when they'll open again? But looking forward to it. And still because I.
Oh.
Yes.
And there are markets happening at the end of the month. So
good.
They're all starting to get back on track, hopefully.
Yeah. And I am a compulsive teacher. I have never stopped teaching. So now I teach crystals and essential oils online. I run a free class every Friday night on how to use crystals and essential oils. So that's where I sort of have continued. And again, we have this link between the four of us all doing similar things. And the other thing, again, when the world becomes normal again, I teach how to do wire wrap jewellery. But that's, again, something that I haven't been able to do for the last 2 years. So that's there. So I've done, but we have this incredible link with all four of us, all things in common.
We do. It's quite bizarre. As I sit here and look at my newly purchased crystal from Susie this morning. It's arrived at my house. So I am when I left teaching, I started Tina's Tutoring to tutor and empower students to learn to their best potential. And I have run that business successfully since 2017. I always have a wait list. And I also run Akashic Healing, which is soul healing. And in there we do past life regressions and Reiki, sound, EFT, so tapping, counselling, meditation, using affirmations and writing. And I run full moon healing circles. I run 21 Days of Gratitude and the new group 21 Days of Loving You online. And I also run the Wallandilly Witches Dance every year. That's a free event, as are the groups on Facebook, to try and give back to the community that has supported me. And I also am the founder and president of the not-for-profit Blue Butterfly Institute, and our mission is to ensure that all survivors of sexual trauma have a place to speak their truth and feel supported and to heal. And that is my passion project for life. But I'm also on the executive for the Wollondilly Women in Business Network until the next AGM, when I will step down as vice president, because I'm overcommitted, obviously. And I start back at teaching tomorrow, which is terrifying me. Terrifying me.
You'll be right.
I know.
Isn't it like getting on a bike? Like it's one of
Yeah,
those.
you know what to do.
You know, Susie retired and still hasn't stopped. You haven't stopped teaching since
No, I haven't.
since you stopped teaching. You know, you've been teaching us all sorts of things, because I've attended a few of your different workshops and the journaling and different things. So it's not something that you stop. And I really think that we have that passion, and that was it. You know, the reason I stopped working the mundane desk jobs was because I had a car accident and I couldn't sit for long periods of time. I couldn't stand for long periods of time, and I really had to go and find something for myself that I could do. So my career choices aren't typical. They're, you know, used to be called party plan type things, and I've done scrapbooking, which, you know, embrace the art side that from when I was at TAFE when I left high school. And then I've been teaching aromatherapy, and currently I still teach aromatherapy. So I run my classes on Wednesdays later tonight. Oh God, today's Wednesday. No, it's not.
No, today's Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
You're right, tomorrow. I've lost complete track of days lately, but my kids went back to school today, so I know that. I run my classes on Wednesday, and just try to empower and teach people how to use oils so that they can make those choices, just simplify things, get rid of toxins and all that sort of crap. And from the art side of it, I've been making cards and scrapbooking for years, and I've really gotten right into the making my cards and badges and things in the last 12 months. So, you know, I do all those. They're my so-called paid jobs, and in my spare time, I'm currently part of Shining Stars. So I do the outreach program in Wollondilly for Shining Stars. So that's a food outreach program. So I do that each week. I'm one of the admins of the Dilly Rocks group, which has been great fun. We've been really enjoying doing that one, and just creating joy for. Originally it was for the kids. There are way too many of us adults that are loving it. Just so we've been creating joy across the Shire for everybody with that one. I've been on.
You know, Tia, just before you continue on that, you're so right. I was down at Thirlmere Lakes on Saturday or Sunday morning just doing some stuff, and on my way back out it was starting to rain, and there was a massive family there with their animals as well. Shouldn't have said that because you're not allowed to have dogs down there, but anyway, and the kids were trying to place the rocks strategically, and the parents were significantly more invested than the kids, but they were all laughing and happy. And and every time you go down there and you see the rocks there, it brings joy. It's just lovely. So well done. Now you may continue.
I put them out the front of my house, and I can hear the kids picking them up. I can hear them laughing and stuff. So it is that has been a joy. I've actually loved doing that. I'm on the board of Bendigo Bank, so our local community bank, the one that gives back 80% to the community. So I'm on the board of that bank. I've been there for about 8 years now, and love it. I love the ethics behind it. Never, ever saw banking as any part of my future, but love being on the board. That's been an interesting thing, and it's opened up lots of avenues for me. And so the networking groups have been phenomenal, and sort of I came across those because I was on the board of the bank. And so Wollondilly Women in Business has been a great supporter and a group that I love to attend. I think that's about it. We've been part of I was part of the Dilly Drought Drive. So Sharon and I sort of did that for a couple of years, and between us orchestrated fundraising of over $1 million to help our local farmers. So that was pretty astronomical. And we've been doing the Wear It Yellow with Christine as well. So we've got a few other little charitable sort of things on the side. But yeah, it all keeps me busy, along with my two teenagers. How about you, Susan? What do you? Oh, you've kind of said what you're up to. Was there any?
Well, I kind of did, but my programs that I present to my clients focus on eating healthy foods, and one of my programs called Metabolic Balance is focused on weight loss, but it can also be used for weight gain or just for maintenance, just to help your body get in a better place, like health-wise. And
what sort of things do you advocate for that in that sort of a program? What sort of things do you focus on? Like obviously food, but what sorts of foods?
I'm guessing not the wedges that I fed my kids.
No, not wedges. Well, one of the things about wedges and all that takeaway food is cooked in cheap oils, and that's one of my bugbears, because I'm trying to educate people that there's certain types of oils that are much better for our bodies, and that they have there's the omega-3 and omega-6 profiles, and so those inflammatory oils that are cheap and that are used in takeaways, they actually have the wrong balance or ratio of omegas, and so that's what causes inflammation in the body. So I really try to point people to more healthy oils. And
what's an example of a healthy oil? I want to see if my cupboard gets a tick. And I guess that won't.
Well, it's very personalised, of course, and
of course it is. Yeah.
Each metabolic balance plan comes back from Germany with the actual oil that's right for your body.
Oh.
But generally, I would say coconut oil and olive oil, and you can have a little bit of macadamia nut oil or flaxseed oil, all those kind of ones. Yeah, so they're all good. And ghee is another one. Like ghee has been used in Indian culture for years and years. And, it's actually made from butter. A lot of people don't know that. But they've taken out the inflammatory part. And so it actually tastes like butter. So it's a great one to use. Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, anyway, bit of a tip for all you people out there.
It's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So the other thing that I also focused on the lymphatic system, and I sell a kit that has these very special gloves that you use for self-massage, and it comes as a kit with some beautiful natural creams that you can massage into your body, and it helps move your lymphatic system, which is our major detox organ system in our body. There's 15 litres of fluid that's involved in that, so we need to move it. So if you're not moving, if you're not moving around,
if we've been having things in our system that aren't usually there,
toxic things, that's it.
Yes.
And you know about that too.
Getting your lymphatics working is phenomenal. And all of us, the simplest way, like what Susan's talking about with the brush, that's phenomenal. That's good fun, and it feels good, and it does do a lot of stuff. But we can, when we're standing up, just bounce up and down on your heels. It's amazing how effective that is to get your lymphatics going, because it doesn't have a heart like your circulatory system.
It doesn't have a pump,
So by just bouncing on your heels gets it started. So it's
do you know what else? Bouncing on your heels.
Sorry, your muscles actually move your lymph. So if you're not moving, you need to do self-massage.
But that's also good. The bouncing is also good for shifting your energy. If you're having a bad day or you're feeling overloaded or overwhelmed, if you stand up and just bounce like Tigger just for a few minutes, it's qigong, but it works to shift your energies and move them around as well.
All those little trampolines.
Connect with everything. So they connect with the grounding, they connect with all the
Yeah.
meridians through your
Yeah.
body. So if you bounce on them,
That's
you're
right.
sending energy all over the
Yeah.
place.
Oh,
stuff.
pick the natural healers in this group,
Right.
eh? All four of us. We need to start another
All right,
group.
well, I think we've
all good.
we've run overtime, so we probably need to
Oh,
wind up
okay.
We
today,
have to.
and
Yeah.
we'll see you all next week on Talk It Up Tuesday. So thank you everybody for
beautiful.
joining us.
See you next
Okay.
week.
Bye.
Great day. Bye.